Hey guys, so I've seen some discussion about the monster set, or the optimal monster set on a Stamplar, and I decided to test it for myself, even though I know that Selene's currently is the strongest one in terms of raw damage. I decided to test it on a dummy myself, and I can show you the results here. I did 3 parses for every monster set, 3 good parses that is, and I decided to grab the middle one out of those. But I decided to do this test with the lava foot, soup and saltfish foot, just because I want to be able to run a similar rotation on all of these tests, and Stormfist is the only one that allows it without orbs. If you're using the regular dual stack food, that is. So I just wanted to eliminate all outside factors, so I was able to run a pretty much a similar rotation between all 3 tests. But okay, this is the Stormfist test here, 45.4. I mean, not much to say about this. Stormfist itself dealt 1.6k, and concussion probably, okay, another 30, well, that's nothing. Minor Vuln uptime here was 13%, so that's pretty decent. But still, it's not enough to make Stormfist better than Veli and Selene's in terms of raw damage. As I said in my previous video, Stormfist is better in groups that lack minor vulnerability and maybe synergies, so that you're not getting as much sustain as you would otherwise. For a more organized raid group, I would always say that just drop Stormfist. The damage is gonna be worse, so much rather go with one of the other options. Also, an interesting thing here, the crit is kind of low compared to Veli and Selene's, but I guess we can explain that with this right here. So the Stormfist dot, which dealt 47 hits here, and none of these crit. So I mean, it's gonna skew this number a bit, because it's gonna be, all of that is gonna be here in the normal portion, unlike Selene's, which we'll get into now. So Selene's only has 19 hits, so that's not gonna skew this, even though it looks like Selene's Parse had a way higher crit percentage. It's just not true. Anyway, the Selene's 46.5. I guess not much to say about that. Selene itself dealt 2000 damage, so that's 500 more than Stormfist. And on top of that, we obviously get 1100 max stamina from Selene, so that's gonna make her overall damage go up a bit, as we can see here on these max hits, for example, compared to the Stormfist here. All of our max hits are pretty much a few percent higher, so that already explains a lot of the DPS loss when it comes to Stormfist. And that leaves Velidreth, which was 45.2. What was that compared to Stormfist? Okay, it's a bit worse than Stormfist, but then again, here on Stormfist we have the minor vulnerability, which means that our overall DPS is going to go up a bit. If we were to add this minor vuln on the Velidreth bars here, we would see that this damage would go up by quite a lot, over 46k would be. So in terms of raw damage, Velidreth is going to be better than Stormfist as well, even though Veli only dealt 1200 damage. That's because only one of the orbs is able to hit one target, so it just, in terms of single target, it's just not as strong as the other 2 sets. Well, I mean, you get max weapon damage from Velidreth, which we can see here, for example, 4600 pretty much. Here 44, and here 44 as well. And in a raid situation, weapon damage scales a bit better on stamina than max stamina. So I guess you could argue that Velidreth with full raid buffs is up there with Selene's. It's really just about taking your pick at this point. Also, one thing that I wanted to clarify, I've seen plenty of people say that Velidreth is gonna be good if the orbs are able to hit, or if multiple orbs are able to hit one target. And that is too strong. It never happens. It's programmed in a way that doesn't allow them to hit multiple orbs to hit one target. I can show this easily by just going to Asylum Sanctorium. For example, and just trying it out on Saint Olms. For example, which is arguably has supposedly the largest hitbox out of all the bosses in the game. Coupled with maybe Rako 2, Varlariel, and the Assembly General. So let's see about that. As you can see, one orb, two orbs. So two of them just don't hit the boss. We can see that again. 1, 2, again, only one of the orbs hit the boss. I mean, this is what I mean. If somebody tells you that all three of the orbs, or even two of the orbs, are able to hit one boss, he's just flat out wrong. So do not believe that. In single target situations, Selene's is always gonna be better currently than Velidreth. If there are ads that you actually have to kill, for example in VMOL hard mode, where you actually want to be killing the bulk, or let's say Assembly General hard mode, where you want to be killing the ads as well, then just go with Velidreth. Why not? If the orbs are able to hit multiple targets, then your overall DPS will go up way higher than it would with Selene's, just because Selene's range is so much smaller than Velidreth's. But yeah, other than that, wait, let me actually show you the setups I used for this video. So this is the Velidreth setup, 7 medium, all divines, or well, not all divines, but that doesn't matter, all the monster pieces are divines. Selene setup. And the Stormfist setup. So yeah guys, if your group doesn't manage to give you enough synergies or maintain a proper minor vulnerability uptime, go with Stormfist. If you just want to go for raw single target DPS, go with Selene's. If you want to go for multi-target DPS and just overall helping the raid group and stuff like that, being able to kill everything as quickly as possible, go with Velidreth. This is my conclusion. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and see ya.
something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying